as we get into this evening's live, and I chuckle because I see the couple people that are in here right now also like Linnea, and we understand that there's a 1.08 billion token release that's coming on the 10th. So obviously this is going to be an interesting prospect here. If it's going to be like, we'll see how it goes. We're not unfamiliar to the billion token releases because of XRP, but it's nice to see a little bit of a community building there. You don't really hear much about the token. You hear a lot more about they call it the Swifty coin now, FFTC, the Swift token. But I think if you're looking at it for potential, sure, I think this is where the potential's at if you're looking at it from the Swift side. And I'm looking at it from the prospect of, we bought XRP at 34 cents, and now we're here, we're playing, we're letting it do what it's got to do. It does seem like to me that there is an inverse head and shoulders possibly set up here, but, you know, the problem is in this chart, it's fine. Like, we still haven't had the back test over the top, which is what we were hoping for, just to validate it. But it's in a very defined little short-term pattern here. I don't want to put it on this chart. But oh, here we go. It could come down. If this breaks, you're talking about a small, subtle movement back down to 281 if this plays down. But that would have to invalidate a golden cross here in the 2-hour time frame, which right now we're back testing like we should. We were overbought in a pretty big way in the 2-hourly, which is a problem. 4-hourly, though, we have a lot of room still to run. We're testing the golden cross here in the 4-hourly, and now what makes it interesting is I know we're coming down, but in the stochastic, at least with the stochastic RSI, in the 4-hourly, we've not only created the golden cross with the 20 cross and the 200. So basically, if you're new, and right now I've got it on the top for the MACD, moving average convergence divergence, so we can focus in. Maybe I do like it better like that because we can focus in like, okay, we've got the volume over the top of the stochastic, and then on the very top of the screen, we've got the MACD, and you can see it in its own way. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? The more I think about it, actually, the more I think I like it. Because it separates the indicator on their own. At first, I didn't really like it. But, so we are back testing. 4-hourly still got room. But what I was talking about with the moving, or the, excuse me, the exponential moving averages. So, basically, think of the traders, the buyers, the sellers. So, 20 days ago, all action that's happened is this red line. No matter what day it's at, it's 20 days back. This is the 20-day moving average. So from today, it goes back 20 days of all of the movers, of all of the buyers, of all of the sellers, of everybody who got liquidated. It's all built within this chart on the 20-day moving average. So it gives you a projection of what's going on. Then you've got this orangish, tannish orange line. That's the 50-day moving average. Same logic. And you'll see a lot of times other YouTubers, or maybe just seeing people that do analysis, maybe even in the stock market. Maybe you see it on Bloomberg, whatever the case may be. But they'll use the 50, 100, and 200 days. So basically they start at the 50-day. So now they've got all the evidence here from the 50-day moving average. So 50 days out, from each day that you see this line represents a different day on the point of the line. And they're looking at that for the buyers and sellers to give them some momentum. Well, then you got the 100-day. Well, once you start having the 20 cross to 200-day, that is a golden cross. But a lot of people wait for the further confirmation. So basically, you've got a signal when the 20 crosses the 200. You get confirmation when the 50 crosses the 200. That's validation, or that's confirmation. But you get the ultimate validation when the 200 or the 100 crosses the 200. That's the 100 days out, crosses the 200 day, and that represents a short-term pattern flip. Now, what's tricky is it's a lagging indicator. So we had to move first to cause it to happen, which is this is where everybody would probably start to buy in, which would be a perfect time for it to come back down here and test it again. Maybe not right here, but maybe it might do something like this. Maybe it'll straddle. Maybe it'll do something and this will start straddling down. You know, we've got something like this. We've got something like this built out. So maybe this 200-day straddles into here, and then we come down here and bounce. and we go 297 and out, liquidate a few along the way. That is definitely something that could be building here. So I definitely wanted to get that out of the way in the beginning. But another thing I wanted to say is I don't know if 1970 Legends here, but I still want to thank him one more time. I didn't even know that members of Tom's Army could donate and do paid memberships for the rest of the community, and he donated 10 paid memberships to Tom's Army, which was unbelievable. It made for a great moment. And then I decided to donate 10 subscriptions to the audience as well. So it's pretty cool that we can do that. So some of you in here, like Bigfoot, you got a, I don't remember if it was mine or his, but that's why you're part of Tom. There's a lot of you now, 20 new people that are part of Tom's Army because there was 20 gifted subs. So, you know, I thought it was pretty cool thing that happened. So, let's see. So, what do you think about this consolidation possibly looking something like that here? Just out of curiosity. And then while we're going through this, if you're looking for an exchange, we keep talking about TOOBIT, but if you're a high volume trader, they've got some crazy things going on. So I wanted to share it real quick. I always forget. But once you deposit, after, I don't know, you got like 2 weeks or whatever to complete this. Maybe it's 3 weeks. I think it was 21 days. Yeah, 21 days. Maybe it was 28 and I just didn't start. But it's at least 3 weeks. But they do a deposit challenge. So like if you do $20,000, you know, it goes up to different amounts. So like you can get up to $6,000. But like the higher you go, the more you have to deposit. So $6,000, if you're a high volume trader, you would have to deposit $200,000, which there's millionaires who mess around in my audience. So take advantage of this. A lot of people did it in BitUnix. Take advantage of it here. There's a link in the video description below and/or pinned comments, and I can tell you it works good because I just got to the $150 level and I'm staring down the barrel of the $500. And it gives you it all along the way. So I've already got, it gives you 25, 50, something, I don't know. You get it all along the way. But if you're a high volume trader, then you got to do like $5 million or $50 million in futures total, or just total trading volume. But if you're, that's why I said high volume trader, you can get $6,000. Then if you go down the list, $4,000, you got to deposit $100,000 and have like $20 million in trading volume, which for some people, believe it or not, that's not too much. $50,000 for $2,500, which I've deposited $36,000 in totality, but I don't have that much on the exchange because I buy stuff, move it around, redeposit other things, but it's got to be different kind of funds. It's weird. I guess you could do things in a weird way, but trading volume would have to be 10 million, and then as you go along the list, it gets a little bit easier. $50,000, you got to do that. Then you come down, and it just gets a little bit easier, and then I'll show you the ones that. Just so you know it's possible that, things are happening here. So this is one that I've met the requirement. What is this one? That's $150. So then you just get that. So if you're a high volume trader, take advantage of that. And it's in trial fund, so there's no stipulations how to use it. I think you have to do it in the futures maybe, some of it, but it depends how you unlock it. So there's other things you can do. Like if you're a high volume trader, you'll get into a different category too. So, take advantage of that stuff. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy what they're offering. I'm all for free money. So if you got a bunch of money lying around like on BitUnix or somewhere else that, send it to TOOBIT with no KYC or VPN. There's a link in the video description below. And take advantage of this. Even if you send it off, take advantage of it. I always tell everybody, take advantage of free money if they're going to give you it. If you've already got the money on the exchanges, we get dicked around so much, you might as well do it yourself too. That's what I'm trying to do here. Good talk here too about Axelar. We'll talk about finally gaining some steam. We'll talk about Lineas. It's picking up a little bit of steam here as well. I'd say more than a little steam with Axelar. Axelar kind of got ignited there a little bit. But let me go through and thank everybody as we get into this evening. Good evening. 5:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, October 6th, 2025. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Forgot my son was sleeping, so I'll kind of try to tone it back a little bit. But good evening, everyone. There's also a link in there for my Facebook page. I never, ever remember to talk about it, but I feel like it's a disservice to everybody because there's a lot of information I do. I don't put new videos out, but I put a lot of different... The hell is this shit? I don't want to use another portfolio. See, that's why I hate you. Oh, that's not even on the screen you can see. I was going to say I haven't been logged in on there, no wonder. But go to my Facebook page. I was hitting my touchscreen TV in front of me like an idiot. So you can go on here, and I think I added it good on there. But we're almost up to 8,000. But I'm very heavily restricted here, to believe it or not. Very heavily restricted. They said something like I did some racial stuff or I don't know, some bullshit. But they don't recommend my page right now. So we got 115,000 views when we're not recommended in the last 28 days. Down 56% because after all, they stopped recommending. So join me here. But I put a lot of stuff out here on different things that is outside of, just outside of what you'll see on here. I do put my YouTube stuff on, but I'll do it in like the Facebook comments. You know how I can post on there, and then there's just added stuff. It's a good time. It's a fun time. I didn't know there was going to be almost 8,000 people so quick on Facebook, so it's interesting. Make my $32 a month. Oh, it's a good time. This all is a good time. If we do it right, we can have a good time with it. Mike B, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for your second month with the Dusty's House Crypto News. Crypto Cooter, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 6+ months with the XP Predictor, and also a very trusted mod in here and in the Telegram. Also, Amanda, 6+ months with the XP Predictor. And Crypto Cooter says, and hi, Amanda. Crypto Cooter says, good evening. Linnea is indeed picking up steam, and he's a very trusted mod in here and in the Telegram, so thank you very much for that. Robert Latham, Jab for Mix, Addie Lance, GF Meza, Robert Chavez from Las Vegas in the house. Very risky town indeed. You're either gonna lose it all, or you're gonna gain it all in that town. Or you can live away from the masses, I suppose. Eddie Lance, welcome in. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I've never even been to Vegas. I just know it's the city of broken dreams, and where people give in to their deepest desires. Of course, not Roberto, of course. Roberto, of course, no, not Roberto. Roberto's got more ethical class than that. Frisky Auto, how ironic that would be the name next. Frisky, huh? When we're speaking of Sin City, but I digress. Welcome in, Frisky. Joseph Euler, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Arm Food. It never fails. The Lord always sets me up to look like an asshole. But it's for good measure to make everybody else feel better about themselves. And I see what's going on. But Mr. Euler, thank you so much for being in Tom's Arm 6+ months with the XP Predictor. UK Phil, Ben B, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Arm for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. Apparently Ben B's the king. He's the #1 top fan. So the king, indeed. The Fine Group, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XP Predictor, and also a very trusted mod here in the Telegram. He said, hi, everyone, hit that like on the way in, and join the Telegram. There's so much stuff that's happening in the Telegram, and I'm trying to expand it to where we're going to have, like, community feedback so that I can start doing more stuff in here. And ironically, because of what somebody asked, I believe it might have been our mod himself, not Define. Define set it up for me. But the old Cooter, Crypto Cooter, good questions in there about gold and so, whatnot. So, and silver, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Aurelie, welcome in. Always glad to see you in here. I love seeing that you continue to come in here. See, we're going to do something in here. I know it. Well, we already have, but we're going to do more. Dennis Smith, Big Dog, thank you for being in Tom's Army for 3+ years. Yeah, 3+ months with the XP Meteor. Wow, it's already been that long. Whew, Dennis Smith, I feel like you just joined Tom's Army. Same with Big Dog. Ben B, thanks for being in Tom's Army with Mosey here for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. And Cape Cod Kyle as well from Massachusetts. Not Florida. I think I said it wrong about 6 times. I think he finally had to take me out to the hallway and be like, listen, guy, you know, with all due respect, I'm not from Florida. Not. I don't even think he was even mean at all. I think he was just like, I don't even know how I found out. I think he just let me roll with it and started acting like he was from Florida, that fake Floridian making me look stupid. Ah, man, if you know this community, it's better when we're in a joking mood because that means something's on the horizon. Can we all agree on that? It doesn't mean we're not going to go down first, but it means something's on the horizon. I always get happier. You'll notice I get happier as November gets closer. There's a reason for that. Ah, you smell that? Oh, I smell it. There's profits in the air. Oh my God. See, when you're watching, you go, crypto's, you know, up and down, left and right. XRP might not be doing good. Ooh, Axelar's up 10%, even on the back test. But Axelar, we know, can give it all back very quickly. But we'll enjoy it right now while it has it. I picks up 15%, and all I can say to this is, you cocksucker. If it would have just broke down from here, which it's not, it could have came down to our 95-cent zone. Been a head and shoulders, which it might still could end up being, but, you know, we're looking for a rejection now at 214 because I really want to buy this sub $1 because I know if I can get it when it has the ultimate back test all the way through, it's unfortunately, it might not come all the way down. It's going to be unbelievable. But, again, I digress. We made a good decision so far on Dolly Varden. Taking some profit, well, more than profit, but taking our balls back off the table with Dolly Varden, as you guys know. And I'm actively searching to get back in because you have to. But I wanted to see if it would give us a retest down because, after all, when you put 13.2% back into the market on common shares, I don't care if you're selling it for $6.50 or not, where they agreed for the purchase. The unfortunate part of this deal is, as we know, maybe you don't know, that still puts that much more of their float into the market. So, you know, it's still something. So I just wanted to see if it would come back to $4.31. It was simple. Past part of the pattern. Back test back. Maybe it's even $4.26. No, because we came through here, came up, came back down. I mean, technically, a nice back test here, volatilely, I'd be very happy, even if it came to like 437. Yeah. So, yeah, even if it holds any of this, the daily, if it holds, I wanted the daily to get shook a little bit. Remember how First Majestic and Fortuna Silver Mines and Hekla, for a minute we were buying and selling until they made the acquisition, and then we went balls deep. Because once they made the acquisition and had the big crash on all of them, because they all went down 20 to 30%. That's what I'm hoping for Dolly Varden. And then we can, that could be the leader of the market, though, because the rest of the market, you never know. But it could have a bigger reversal very quickly, too. You know, that's the other part of this. So, but, you know, I like to watch it and things like that. But things are just moving in a pretty interesting way. Like, silver is all the way up to 48.48. Gold hit an all-time high, and it's almost at 4,000 now. You know what this means? Everybody thinks that gold is going up. Gold's never gone up. It might be going up, and this is what I fear for XRP. Like, we see big prices on the chart, but is it going to be another case like gold? But gold is actual money. It's not that XRP's not, but you have to, like, for me, I would have to turn it into the US dollar. But what I'm hopeful for XRP, and this is what everybody always forgets, I'm not looking to sell it. What I have now, 10,000 plus, I'm not looking to sell that. And I always try to explain this to everybody. What I'm looking for is for when it's innovative into all parts of the US. But the problem with that is do we have enough time before they go to biometrics to where they're going to make us go, you know, and put something into us to be able to do this stuff. So I don't know. Oh yeah, I kind of find. So in the Telegram, if you want to ask a question, it's the 4 o'clock hour. So there was a question here. So whoops. Well, I'm gonna get to this in the I'm going to get to this during this, so this will be nice. Now, in the future, I would like this to someday turn into a phone call. So there's the question I can read, but you're going to be here on the phone while I read this question out. You know, that's the forward vision to find if you want to know the ultimate agenda here. Crypto Cooter says I tapped the dollar and it will say membership gift as one of the options. Let's see. Oh yeah, wait a minute. I have to go into my other account to do it. I forgot. Alright, well that is nice to hear. That is nice to hear. Hold on, I want to finish reading that. I don't know how it went down to the other comments. So I tapped the dollar and it will say membership gift as one of the options. Define says bummer mine doesn't say that. Maybe I need to upgrade my app. Yeah, I honestly don't know. It says, or you can click the green donation link thing at the top of the live. What I send gives you the option there as well. Oh, I know. Good information. Thank you so much for that. Anybody get into the XCL madness? I don't even know what XCL is, so that would be a big no. Unfortunately, Winford. I like some madness. Wales, Josie Wales, welcome in, and thanks for reading Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. Where is this at? Exchange. What do you mean? Where is the exchange? Where is it at? Singapore, just like all the other good ones we like. But if you're looking for the link, it's at the top of this chat. Well, what do we think? I want to know, too, in the comments for XRP. Do you think we can break out here? Do you think we're just going to go forward here? Like we came back? Or do you think we're going to come all the way back down and back test a little bit lower? I'm generally curious. Like, do you think this is a reversal in the 4-hourly? Do you think we're just doing this to back test? But yeah, everybody, I would definitely update your app if you're looking to try to find the donation thing or whatever. Whatever. You guys are talking about it in the chat. I'll let you figure it out. You're smarter than I am. Miss G. Stott, welcome in. Mrs. Stott, thank you so much for being in town over your second month with the Dust is Out of Crypto News. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. Such a blessing to have you in here. McMichael, welcome in, and thanks for being in town over 6+ months with the XP Predictor. Shane, welcome in, and thanks for being in town over 3 months with the XRP Meteor Plus. Appreciate that. Yes, Sean, we've been watching Epic for some time here now. And we're bouncing around. I'm sure you've seen it now, but thank you, Sean, so much for being a very trusted mod. Very informative. I'm glad you're into Epic. Dolly Varden is it's on sale. That's what I was saying. Tomorrow is going to be a big day for me. So, it's going to be a big, big day. Let's see. Mr. Stott, welcome in, and thanks for being in town during 3+ months with the XRP Meteor, along with Dennis Smith. Mr. and Mrs. Stott in the house. I'm so blessed to have you both. Dennis Smith says, Tom, I've been following you for a year now. Just finally got to the point I could pay it forward for all you do. Oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Mr. Smith. I appreciate it. You guys help more than you know. More than you know. Why is RUSD on Coinbase? XRP is on there. I don't know. I don't use Coinbase. I don't know why it's not on there, to be honest with you. That's above my pay grade. I've never been able to, I've never used Coinbase. It's never had anything I wanted. Although, you know, you never know down the road. Bigfoot, thanks for being in Tom's Army for your first month with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. And thank you so much for the $4.99 donation going above and beyond. But of course, Bigfoot was never here. That's why we have to call him Bigfoot. Confuse the millennials. If you're a millennial, I take it as a jab. I'm old. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm in my mid-tier days now. The over 40, you know, the over 40, it's not my fault phase. Says, if anyone asks, I was never here. Bless you, Tom and Chet. Oh, thank you so much for that. Scotty Trades, even though you retracted your comment, welcome in. No reason to retract. Mike B, thanks for being in Tom's on for your second month with the Dusty Autos crypto news. If we have time, maybe I'll go into DGB. But it's hard for me to look at it because it broke my nuts. Because it wasn't what it appeared to be. Tanya May, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 years now with the XRP Diamond Hand Beds. I had to think about it because it's like I can't believe it's been that long. Wow. Thank you so much for the 3 years plus of support, Tanya. Awesome to see you in here, love. It makes me so happy. Define says, oh, I already looked at that. And thank you for 7 months, Define. I greatly appreciate that. William Hayes, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 3+ months. AK, your favorite. McMichael, thanks for being in Tom's Army for 6+ months with the XP Predictor. No, I will not, McMichael. That's why I always say I'm out of crypto when that happens. That's why I don't know if my timeline's 28 or 32. It's seeming like the end of 28, we might have to be done. But there's a lot of stuff we can still do. There's a lot of stuff we can still do. 5 waves up. Take the stairs down. Tanya, do you think the 5 waves are up? It's a good question. It's a good question. Back test, the rally expect. Some others expect back test. Let's see. I know I missed something. Oh yeah, here we go. Alex Carbonelli, thank you so much for the $10 donation and also being in Tom's Army for your second month with the Dusty Autos Crypto News. Says Tom, thank you for what you do for the community. God bless you. Oh, I really appreciate that. It's very generous and kind words. I'll take the kind words all day. Oh, thank you so much for that. Oh, that makes me happy. Crypto Cooter sent 1 XRP Future Millionaire gift membership. Excellent. Agony Trader, who's up $50,000 on React. I guess your luck just continues, my friend, as you just hit the lottery for XRP Future Millionaire membership. Thank you so much, Mr. Cooter, for donating a gifted sub. I hope you appreciate that, Agony. And congratulations. First month in Tom's Army along with Mr. Tolly. Don't forget to bring a towel. With the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. And that is my face superimposed on there. John Hall, welcome in, my friend. Andrew Trimus, good evening. You were like number 17. Now we have 64 likes on the evening. Let's see. What did I miss? What did I miss? Cornstar, welcome in. Great Paul, welcome in. We got here. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, my bad. Somebody's been in Tom's Army 10 months, but retracted what they said, so I don't know who it is. Just send it, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army to 3 months plus with the XP Media along with Michael. No, I do not have exposure to Proton. It's a sin, but I do not. Randad, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 years with the XRP Diamond Hands badge. Always good to see you, my friend. Crazy Paul, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. Jordan English, welcome in, and says, good evening. Do you have everything you want now, or are you still waiting to deploy more on the back test? Oh, I'm still waiting for more. There's more that I want. There's more than I want. No doubt about it. We're looking at to see if we get a little bit of an abnormal run here with Linea as well. Maybe break out of the short-term inverse head and shoulders. Have a little bit of a play before the 10th when they have that release. Daily looks great where it's at. Honestly, weekly, not enough evidence, but the daily looks great for the stochastic. Just breaking up a little bit, starting to gain some steam, but now we're in that area where oversold, in the smaller time frames. 4 hourly though still has a lot of steam here to work with, and we can just start to do this kind of consolidatory thing. And if we break out of here, we're gonna have a nice little rally here. It's not gonna be crazy big, but it would suggest maybe we can break up and back test the backside of this, much like what we're seeing with ZBAC right now. We knew ZBAC was gonna have a rough day today. Probably a rough day tomorrow and the day after. But it's got to come down, in my opinion, probably down to 4, 5, 6 and back test this breakout. It was a nice 25% move for us, though. Felt good over the weekend. Do I think, you mean Lanera? or Linnea, I mean. Sorry, I mixed it with what you said. But Linnea, when they dropped the 1.08% or 1.08 billion tokens, I don't know what percentage it's going to be because we don't know what their intention is. They could lock them all up for all we know. So I don't know. When is the next XRP escrow? It's the first of every month, so it would be November 1st. November 1st, the day after Halloween. Spooky. It'd be spooky, the next one. But that's going to drive us into the next phase. No doubt about it. Poppy Lou says, time I bought it on pre-sale, 3 can, a project called Exceller, ran up 35x in 3 days. I didn't take profits because it's so early and I would have messed up the chart. Mess up the charts or not, bro. You're up $100,000. You gotta take something. You gotta mess the charts up a little bit, or somebody else is going to. Is it still up 35x? Interesting. That's a ride indeed. Jesus Lord. Congratulations, my friend. That's a ride. XRP didn't release anything. Well, I don't have the brain power to research this today, but XRP escrow October. Oh yeah, I do your job. But on-chain data indicates that 1 billion XRP was unlocked on October 2nd in 4 separate transactions. So Jesus Christ. Astro release.
Ripple did not release an Astro escrow. The escrow releases are for XRP. Regarding the 1 billion XRP released from escrow in October 2025, while the search results confirm that 1 billion XRP was unlocked from escrow on October 2nd, 2025, a specific, immediate on-chain record for the relock of a portion of this amount in October 2025 is not available.
From the Jetsons, the dog Astro. And then this guy's talking about releases and things. So, looks like they relocked up about, what, 700 million? Is that what it says? Historically, this has often been 700 million. For the relock portion of this amount in October is not available in provided snippets. Not Oscar. God damn it. Oh, I love AR. I love AI. I love AI. We can make mistakes. You don't say you got the Jetsons dog with some Astro, whatever the hell you're talking about. Anyhow. But it does look like, you know, we not to be the bearer of bad news, but like you gotta bounce down sometimes. I don't think that we're gonna go for a hopeful realignment, but I think it's more we would be looking at something. First layer, we already know the 295, like, or 298 and then 295. Like, we really want to hold this area. Otherwise, then you start to open up the door to some of the things I drew here, at least in the short term. If you fall below that, then you're talking about 278 firm. Like, you'll be back in that 278 area. But we've got the underneath support structure at about 295. It's going to continue to be that 295 area. John Patak, thanks for being in Tom's Army for 2+ years with the XRP 589 Moon badge. And that's a synonymous badge because in 2023, everybody was proclaiming that XRP was going to be at $589, and I said more like 58.9 cents, so I came up with that badge. And at the end of the year, I believe it ended up at like 58, so it ended up around 58.9 cents. You know, it was pretty damn close. So I like that badge. Let's just go back into the Wayback Machine, especially the farther out we get while this journey goes on. And thanks for also being so generous and a $4.99 donation. Incredible. What the hell is BMNR? Off to the Astro. Yes, indeed, Mr. Spot. Mr. Stott. Touche. Touche. Mr. Batak, thank you for being in Tom's Army for your second year. Plus with the XRB 588 movement. It says no message, just thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Submit says I watch the circulating token every day. They must have locked them back up. They must have. They must have. It's funny that it didn't have that right away. At least Ripple is transparent and tell us they are manipulating price to maintain order books and stuff. Yeah, but I wish they'd be more honest about the fact. I want to know the price that they're selling it to institutions. That's all I want to know. I wish they wouldn't have redacted it. They had both parties had to agree to the redaction for it to be redacted, which means that they voluntarily. If some of you don't know, I mean, you'd have to go back and hope to God you find it. But we went through all of the pages and blah blah blah. But XRP looks like it's got a nice inverse head and shoulders build. I mean, what do you guys think? There's a nice shoulder here, head formation, shoulder here. Yeah, it could take until, Thursday this week. That's only a few days. But that means 70% of the move is between today and tomorrow, if it's going to break out Thursday. That's up to the dark pool to make the prices. Interesting. Scotty Trade says many don't read terms and conditions, reserve them the right to manipulate and regulate to maintain their order books and liquidity. It's in place to protect us. Oh, and there's a reason for it. Otherwise, the market would just fall to zero. Retail doesn't control as much as we think, unfortunately. Retail buy from dark pools so that their buys don't panic retail. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that. Kryptonian, thanks for being in Tom's Army for 1 year plus with the I told you so bad. So what do you guys think about this setup for XRP? Doesn't that look like an inverse head and shoulders? Am I reading too much into this? Yeah, could it come back to 278? I wouldn't put it past XRP to come back down here one more time, but it would kind of hurt the integrity of what I have set up here. Kind of feel like we're in this short consolidation right here. We should rotate at some point. Could we come to 296? I think that could be a stellar entry for some of the more risky traders, but obviously if it broke down, you'd have to pay attention because it could slip to 278. I still don't understand BMNR. Like, is this, like, are we talking about something where there's a high risk of scam? Or is there we're going to find this somewhere besides Uniswap? Lord have Jesus mercy. Well, I don't even know if this is the same token you're talking about. Oh, a stock. Okay, now I'm intrigued. Now I'm intrigued. Okay. If it's a stock, now I'm intrigued. BMNR, so it's on the New York Stock Exchange. So are you giving me a tip? Are we getting a tip in the stock market? I'm game if we are. But I want to see something real quick. So, explain it to me again what this is. We got earnings on the 29th. Let's see some of this. 7 employees. They've got market cap 18 billion, debt 1.8. Oh my. I mean, they've got some money. I mean, look how much they're free float. They got 93.9% as free float. That's a lot of free floating shares. 267 million. Wow. Earnings. did not have positive earnings, so they're negative in earnings. What about revenue? Ooh, revenue shot up. That's good. So this is definitely getting early. Renewable energy source. Oh, this is nice. I like at least they're turning up revenue. They've got revenue. I doubt that. Let's see. I was going to say there can't be a dividend with those books. Price to flow 91, 117, 19. Gross profit. Look, they're turning a profit. They went from negative in Q3 and Q4 of 24. They turned a profit here in the Q2 and 3. It's just their pre-tax income is kind of not so. When you add everything in there, they're a little negative on expenses, but it's not the worst I've seen, but it definitely is on the move. It's on the move up. There's no doubt about that. It's just we need to start moving in the other. Yeah, I remember Riot. Long ago, I used to watch Riot before I started in the actual crypto. If we're talking about the same one, we have to remember this. Let me just add this for future reference. So year to date, let's see. So since it's up 856%. So remember that. So Minton says, I really appreciate what you do, bro. Your videos give me more insight and confirmation. Knowing support and resistance levels from a second perspective definitely gives me more confidence in trades. Oh, yeah. You're looking at what I do in the best possible light, honestly. Because it's supposed to help validate and also give you some kind of, what do you call it? Some kind of safety net. So, if it falls below a certain support structure, it's probably not good. But on the other hand, if it breaks past the structural resistance, we're at ball game. Oh my God. That's like an all-time inverse head and shoulders. Like, are we dreaming right now? It's so overbought. The whole market's, look how overbought this is. Holy shit. What are these? I'm going to have to look deeper into these companies. So I'll put Riot on here because we're getting into 42 minutes now. This is what ends up happening. We end up drifting away. Plus, Neuralink to control the robots is going to make Tesla go nuts. Hey, I just talked about this in the Telegram and on my Facebook page. This was a big thing I was talking about today. Oh, it's not on here, but Tesla. I asked the audience, Mr. Stott, it's funny you said that. Maybe you're my confirmation that this is actually indeed what's going on. I put this out for Tesla earlier. I said, is Elon Musk trying to tell us something here? Smoking the stogie with Tesla economics, huh? He's trying to tell us something. So, I said, Tesla, is it time to buy a 4-year cup and handle is playing out as we speak, and Elon Musk's latest Tesla post seems to be hitting at a major pump for Tesla just in time for year-end evaluation. I see you, Elon Musk, because I see. So, but yeah, I put out a lot of stuff on here so that, there's more stuff that you can see. But I think he's saying something. I really do. I think Elon's saying, 771 views on that. Wow. So yeah, there's some interest building within Tesla. There's no doubt about it. Then we talk about the inverse head and shoulders. But yeah, pretty interesting what's taking place here. But yeah, Tesla's working out of a cup and handle that started in 2021. Believe it or not. Well, I had a dream about Tesla. But I didn't know it was about Tesla, but I knew it was because of the robotics. It sucks because they're making everything that I always was afraid of when I was a kid. It's very volatile right now, though. Very volatile. It's like there's no doubt if you look at it through the weekly, it's way overbought. Like it's not ideally where I'd want it. I think that's because it came up to 473 and now it can shuffle a bit. So that's why I wanted to talk about it when I did. Not to say I'll go balls deep into it today, but just know like this cup and handle, much like silver, it's also on a big inverse head and shoulder. I mean, like when that plays out, I think it's pretty clear to see it. It looks very defined here. So, and there was once upon a time before I started doing the crypto that I was in Tesla, and if you want to see the chart, it was back in 2020, and I wrote it, and it's so crazy looking how cheap it looks in 2020. But it went up, down, reverse split, went all the way up here. I rode this entire fucking wave right before I came on here, not onto here, but when it made this move here is when I exited the market, which meant I sold Tesla and everything, and I went through some reverse splits. I made a lot of fucking money up there, and went into crypto, sold it all in 21, and that's when I started buying XRP around that time. I never got to experience this or the rest of the hump. Had I never went into crypto, I could have experienced this big hump. But now we're starting to, it's getting to something interesting. It's either going to have an epic meltdown or we're going into this parabolic phase. But yeah. Oh yeah, Mara. Fuck, I forgot about that. Mara. This has been a good live. Sometimes it's good to get outside of crypto. As it goes to crypto. Let's see. I mean, these all look like they're on inverse. Like, it looks like these part of it. Like, anything connected to crypto, they legitimately look like they're on the exact same style setup patterns. I mean, if this is set up to actually do something, because it's starting to look, all of these look like they've got huge potential. Like, and we're getting them. This would all be dirt cheap. In comparison to where it can go, look where it was at in the past cycle. And this has been building a descending. Let's see if we can figure this out. It sucks that and the monthly is going to make it hard because it's a big wick in the monthly. But I wonder about the weekly. Still a wick. That might help. That at least gives us that first area when it broke out. I wanted to see where it got that first structure. And you got the uptrend that started from here, so it makes sense. Because now it has an uptrend that it's within. So we're riding that uptrend. Makes sense. But I mean, look how long it's been stuck in this. This is pretty crazy. But now it's stuck in, let's see. That's converging. You could actually make it converge more and do this. I actually like that better. I mean, it's taking you're being a little frisky here, but I like that. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but it's definitely, they're all intriguing. Everything's intriguing. But Tesla's definitely one that's been on my mind. I would like to see a little bit of a shakeout personally if it shook out, but definitely something that's been on my mind. XPL, this coin start to pump. What the hell is XPL? Everybody's got all these tokens. Make me curious. XPL. Is this a crypto token, I'm assuming? One of them with no real daily way oversold. 4 hourly way overbought. Who knows? Maybe it's on its rebound shot here. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. To be honest. To be honest with me, we talked to ZBCN, decided to wait till over. Start from the beginning. No, we didn't talk about ZBCN deeply. I took a picture of these, but I can't have everything on there, otherwise I'm gonna get lost. No, we didn't talk deeply about it, but we brought it up briefly. We're waiting for it to have this back test at 45623, hopefully, in that area at the 456, and then it should be able to continue this bounce. We had a nice 25% movement from Saturday on, so now we're just looking at that. So we're cooking. ZBCN's cooking. We've been on this guy for some time. ZBCN is cooking. We're just waiting for this back test. Be patient. We're not even close to this move yet. 25% is nothing yet. Plasma, XPL. Mike Oxmiles, welcome in. Did anyone else sell a chunk of XRP this weekend? XRP whale activity says XRP whale sold off over 300 million this last week. Yeah, there was quite a big sale. But no, I didn't sell off any XRP this weekend to answer your question. The XRP I have just goes with me, so even if it makes the masterful dump, it's fine. The next time it goes up, I'll have that much more. But what I took was long ago. It was up at like 340, 350. So it was a while ago. But that was, there were separate bags that I've set up. One's touchable, one's not. That makes it easy. But there's no wrong decisions. Profit is profit. Gold is already up $12 after the flip. Like, something is going on here. Did they vote to keep the government shut down or something? Because they were meeting when I first came on. What the hell is going on? Why is gold going so ballistic? No, I mean, I knew it was going to go ballistic, but this is next level stuff here. Like, holy hell. We're really going to get a rate cut here soon. And some quantitative easing. We must be. Thank you, Papa Wheelie says. Thank you, Tom. You rock, and I appreciate you. You rock as well, being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. Oh, I love gold. I thought it was the easiest and safest bet of our lifetime. The easiest and safest bet of our lifetime. Think about that. Linnea, real quick, talked about it gaining steam, up 5% so far. What we need to do is get outside of this 2.9 area or wherever it hits it in real time. Looks like we can. And 4 hourly's got plenty of room. Daily is just breaking through, it looks like. As it was coming out of oversold. Nice reversal candle, but what we want to do is play this up into a broadening wedge scenario. We want to play it up into a scenario like that where we start to get very, very overzealous. Believe it or not, Cannabis Podcast, you bought it on a good day because the gold-silver ratio expanded, so you got a better deal on silver when it's in relation to gold. Band 2, it's going a little unnoticed, but up 5% on the day, back over 70 cents, and it's bouncing perfectly off of this area. It didn't play down, so that's out of the equation right now. But there's a lot of room here in the weekly. Once the reversal happens, now it could still come down to 49.9, but there is a weekly reversal taking place here, which does make it intriguing. Monthly is just coming out of being massively oversold, and that looks like an inverse pattern setting up. So there's something brewing with Band. Don't count this little guy out. There is something going with Band. Axlar, I'd be remiss not to talk about it, up 9.9% of the day, doing us proud. Yes, it had a nice little move up, and now it's going to consolidate, but we're getting close to the apex of this pattern, folks. Like, you get into November, and this pattern needs to do something. It's starting. This is when the incredible up and down starts to happen. Pay attention. Remember, if you missed XRP at 30 cents, XLR is a second chance, just like a couple others are. But XLR at least has ties with Ripple, and the total supply is minute. Let's just say max supply. It caught me off guard when I first seen it. 1.22 billion. And there's already 1.05 billion in circulation. So there's only 117 million tokens left to be put into circulation, which is about 8% of their total float. Something like that. So I mean, pretty good. So we're still consolidating within this range, but it's tightening up ever so slowly. Eventually, we're going to reap the rewards here, folks. No, you are not overthinking, Mike. You are not overthinking. Because what ends up happening a lot of times is we get the mid-November first week and the second week and then into the early December. But by the time Christmas hits, we get the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. And it comes down a lot. There's a scenario where, it runs its course, then you have to wait until almost Q2 of 2026, which is what I'm worried about. But we're still doing okay. We're still doing okay. Federal Reserve's days are numbered. Yeah, oh yeah. And look, I mean, really, with the government that they shut down, it hasn't affected anything, has it? So the longer that they stay closed, I mean, the more it shows how useless they are. Like, it hasn't changed anything. It really hasn't. Should be saving the budget, because now we got a bunch of useless people not at work. They're all useless. I'm sorry, we kind of went into a weird way, and I've got to go. Because my son's starting to wake up and stuff, so I gotta go. I got the signal, so I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you all for your time. It's been a blessed evening. Make sure you check out TOOBIT if you want to avoid those deep fees. And look at that bonus. Look at the bonus they offer if you trade, especially if you're a big trader. And just pay attention to the charts. We've got this all set up. 295 is what I'd be looking at right now if we do start to come down a little bit and see if that holds. If not, you've got 285, and if that breaks, then you start to have to look at like the 278 to 280 area. So